Well, the Nobel Prize for Literature has just come out, awarded to Zanzibar-born novelist ABDUL GURNAH. Well, to talk a bit more about just who he is and his work, let's bring in Alice McCrum, who's the program manager at the American Library in Paris. Now, tell us a bit more about this author, who I don't think is a very familiar name for many people.
No, I think this was a surprise. He is, as you said, a novelist. He writes in English. He's based in England. He teaches at the University of Kent. He's probably most famous for kind of three novels, I would say. Paradise is his most famous, which was shortlisted for the Booker. It kind of explores East Africa, colonialism in East Africa in World War One. He's also famous for By the Sea, and a novel like Desertion is also quite famous. I think broadly his work highlights themes of colonialism, the immigrant experience in Britain, and you could say that he's kind of in the lineage of writers like V.S. Naipaul, who himself won the prize, and then somebody like Salman Rushdie.
But it wasn't expected. I mean, both of us were caught a little bit off guard with this.
I think it was and it wasn't. I mean, I think that the committee, the Swedish Academy, is trying to do a better job at bringing in kind of a more diverse range of voices. It's received quite a lot of criticism in recent years for choosing particularly kind of American writers, English writers, certainly French writers. I mean, France has won 15. French writers have won kind of 15 prizes. So it's not unexpected that this is somebody from Africa. He's the 6th African writer to win the prize, following people like Naipaul, like Doris Lessing. So that wasn't a surprise, but I think a lot of people are going to kind of learn about him and his work in the days to come.
So how can a Nobel Prize help a writer, just in regard to notoriety?
I mean, you win $1.1 million, which is huge, I think, not a small amount of sum for any writer. You win a medal, you win a diploma, and I mean, he's writing in English, so this isn't the case for him, but he'll immediately get, many kind of deals to translate his works into languages all over the world. And if he wasn't writing in English, then all of his works would be translated into English. So that's really important.
Alice, you mentioned some of this criticism that had been that had come out in the past over the Nobel Prize for Literature, but there's also been some scandal as well. Tell us.
Yeah, well, in 2016, the prize was famously awarded to Dylan. For
Bob Dylan,
Dylan, right, for his lyrics and for music. I mean, mostly his lyrics. And then he doesn't show up to receive the prize, so that was kind of embarrassing and a little bit of a scandal. I mean, the main scandal really was in 2018 when there were kind of sexual assault allegations surrounding the husband of one of the members of the Academy, and it was so kind of disruptive that they didn't actually call the prize that year, and they had to name 2 winners the following year. I think everything kind of stabilized last year in 2020 with Louise Gluck, the American female poet, and so now they're kind of, I suppose, getting back to normality, if you like.
All right. Well, Alice, thank you so much for sharing that with us. Alice McCrum, you're the program manager at the American Library in Paris. And this is the Tanzanian writer who was born in Zanzibar, ABDUL GURNAH, who has just been awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature. As Alice said, that comes with a big medal and over $1.1 million in prize money.